I am one of the last human survivors, and my job is to lead a resistance against robotic enemies called Combots. This is Lynked, Banner of the Spark, a roguelike action game with elements of town building and resource management. Join me as I spend 100 days in the game, battling Combots, completing missions, recruiting robotic allies, and upgrading my weapons and powers to take on new challenges. And since Lynk's day and night cycle is pretty long, so I decided that 10 minutes will be equivalent to 1 day in this story video. So let's begin. So first off, we have our character creation here, and yeah, this looks good. So it seems we're in prison and we need to find a way to escape. So I talked to Buddy right here. So Buddy is a Unibot, and currently what we're doing is called a link. So with Buddy right here, we can now destroy the gate so we can escape. So let's go, we escape. Also save another robot called Goodbot, and this thing will help us fly around. So yeah, we can now travel to new places because of Goodbot. Anyways, Buddy is capable of grabbing things and throwing them. So without any weapon, we only have Buddies, but Buddy is enough. We can just grab an enemy and yoink them. I yoinked everything that tried to kill me. So yeah, we're doing great. I eventually encountered a chest though, and this chest contained a sword, and it's called a Buddy Blade. So with a Buddy Blade on hand, I can now slice and dice the enemies that try to kill us. We now have a new means of defending ourselves. There were these dual blade combots that spawned. They look pretty dangerous, but as long as I stagger them, they can't really do much. They're pretty scary though if they're free to like attack me, so I have to do my best and dodge and attack at the same time. But well, he was no match for my Buddy Blade, of course. Also, each weapon in the game has a special attack, and for the Buddy Blade, it was that tornado attack. It's pretty strong as long as I hit everything. Anyways, I destroyed everything that blocked my way to escaping this place. There's also like a execution in this game. It's pretty fun doing these fatalities, and there's also a benefit from doing this. You can get like their parts and use it to throw it at the enemies. Anyways, as I got closer and closer to finally escaping this place, I encountered this giant bot. This thing hits very hard, and its very first attack is pretty fast. But as long as I avoid most of its attack, it's pretty simple to beat this guy up. But if I do get hit though, I'm in trouble. So of course, I try my best to avoid all the attacks it tries to hit me with. Anyways, after defeating that giant or large bot, we finally escaped the area. Upon arriving at the town that I will be managing from now on, I received a supporter pack weapons. I can't believe there are a bunch of weapons to try out in this game. Can't wait. Anyways, this is gonna be the town we're gonna manage, and all the bots that we'll be saving in the future will stay here with us. For now, it's just Buddy and Nickel right here. So I spoke with Nickel. Acquire a spark power. Before I did that though, I was very curious about the surrounding resources. So I chopped down a wood, got myself wood and apple. So mined a mineral and got a bunch of stuff like an ore, gold, and crystal. Anyways, back to the quest. I then went to an area called Sparkhold. So in this place, we can basically unlock some skills, passives, town passives. So right now, we only have the banner of Buddy. And for the skills, I'll be choosing the first aid or the healing spell because survivability is always a must in games. Anyways, after getting the newfound power, I then went on a mission to save the weaponsmith. And before we actually go to our mission, we are sent to a lobby where we can change our weapons, skills, and other stuff. So I tried out this thing called a basher. It's a two-handed heavy weapon and it looks pretty strong. Then here's the claw. It's very fast. I actually like speedy weapons. Just look at this thing. We have something called a hoverboard where we can just skate and ram through monsters. It deals a good amount of damage if you like ram into their faces, I guess. It feels very fun to play. And here we have the fist weapon. It's pretty slow, but the damage is high. And it has a special attack of doing like 2 punches in a long range, and a charge attack that extends its arm like that. We have something called the Breacher, which shoots like grenades. It doesn't deal that much damage, but it can bring the monsters in your face. The special attack and the normal attack are very strong though. So this thing is one of my first weapon that I really like. There's also the spear. It's not really as fast as the claw, but we have like the distance, and also with the spinning thingy that the spear does when charging, it can reflect all projectiles, and that's pretty cool. And we have the blasters. The range isn't really long, but if we get near them, we can rapid fire them. Also, it has a charge attack. The charge attack are pretty decent, so I guess we can use this if we want to like play safely from the distance. We have this thing called the resonator. It's a guitar, so you use the power of music to deal damage to the enemies. Pretty cool. And lastly, we have the ring blades. It's a mid-range weapon. It deals a pretty decent damage, better than the blasters. So I'm not really sure what to main right now, but currently out of everything, I like the breachers. And so I went with the breachers. Just look at that damage. I just slammed these small dog combos down with like 2 hits. Anyways, the area for these missions are procedurally generated. That means it's random each time and it's not going to be the same. So if you see in the upper left, you can see that how many area we need to clear before we can get to the end of the mission. And the difficulty is only 1 out of 5. Anyways, with my very strong breachers, like oh my god, the damage is insane. I had an easy time saving the blacksmith that was imprisoned here. Also, I sometimes use the grapple to like stagger the enemy, so I have an easy way of like hitting them. And the grenade from the blaster, or I mean the breacher, is really good as well for staggering them, so I can get like free hits in. I just like this weapon. Anyhow, by defeating every enemy that existed here, I now have saved the smithy. And the last thing to do now was grab this core from this machine right here, and we have successfully finished our mission. Let's go. Arriving to town, I then talked to the smithy where he gave me his forge so I can place it wherever I want in town. So I just place it besides Buddy's house so we have easy access to it. And so entering the forge, a smithy was waiting for us inside. As the name implies, we can basically forge new weapons here. So currently we only have the recipes for a Buddy Claw and Buddy Basher. There are also a bunch of modifiers that we can unlock. For now, I don't really have that much extra money to unlock some modifiers, so let's think about that later on. Now, I visited Buddy's home, and in his home, we can change our appearance using this mirror. And so I change up a lot of things that I'm currently wearing, and I think my character looks cooler like this. I can also change the color of Goodbot and also our Buddy arm. Anyways, after the shenanigans, it was now time to do our other quest to save both the Tinkerer and the Builder. For this run, I'll be going with the claws. I really just wanted to see how good it is. Also, now that we've unlocked the smithy, he can now give us upgrade per area in the game. So we can now upgrade stuff to make us stronger each area. Anyways, for the claw, I really like it. Like, it's very fast. The damage isn't as great as the breacher though, but yeah, the fast or the attack speed makes up for it. I mean, just look at this. Slice and dice. I really need to learn how to avoid getting damaged by enemies. Anyways, after defeating all the enemies, like I said, there's a smithy each time we clear an area. So you have 3 things to choose on. You can either add a modifier, upgrade a modifier, or level up your weapon with the smithy. So yeah, RNG. Let's go. Did not really explain it, but there's a new enemy here. These are, I'm not sure what they are called, but let's just call it the mini explodey bugs. So it's easily countered by grabbing it and throwing it our way. There are also traps sometimes in areas, and I really hate traps as they are very surprising and hard to avoid. I mean, if you pay attention, I guess you can easily avoid those. In my case right now, I was dying with only 130 health left. But fear not, we have first aid. We can continuously heal up whenever we have it available. Also, sometimes you get delivered to secret areas before the last stage of the mission. And sometimes they have like healing like this. So now we're full health again. Let's go. Anyways, on this last area, I encountered yet another enemy. They are... I'm not really sure how to describe them, but they have jetpacks and they shoot rockets. And the rockets will explode within 1 to 2 seconds, I believe. So yeah, they're not really that hard to fight because the rockets don't instantaneously explode. So we have time to like dodge away from the area and go for the kill. And after defeating everything, I then saved the Mason from his cage, grabbed the pink ball, and finished the mission. Upon arriving to town, I then spoke with Mason, and he gave me his workshop where I need to decide where I can put this. So I just placed it somewhere nearby Buddy's house and the smithy so I can easily access everything in one area. So with the Mason, we can now craft decorations for our town and Buddy's room or our future house. So anyways, I visited the beach area of my town, and as you can see, there were a bunch of fishes here. So this is the fishing minigame. I'm not sure if you've encountered similar mechanics before, but how it works is you need to time your RT button correctly into the green area. So once the bar reaches 100, you can basically catch a fish. And as you can see, I've been struggling a lot. But we got the fish. We got the slick fish. Anyway, since there were still some fish in the area, I decided to catch them all. And this time, I got myself a squaletron. I also caught myself a holofin trout and other fishes that I won't mention because I've been mentioning a lot of fishes. But yeah, I just been spending some time in town catching fishes, grabbing some apples, mining some plastic, mining some rocks. Just exploring the town for a bit before I head off to the next mission. For the next mission, I tried out the blaster, but I have been struggling so much with this thing. I'm not really good at it. I guess I realized that I'm not sort of a guy that the playstyle revolves around doing a lot of high damage as a melee. So yeah, this was an experience using a ranged weapon to beat up monsters. Alright, I encountered another new monster. So these things, or these combots, are ranged combots. So what they do is they shoot out like 3 projectiles, those red ones you just saw. And they don't really do that much damage alone, but since they throw out like 3, and if you're close range to them, you can eat up the 3 damages. But as you can see, I'm trying my best to just kill them at range, so I don't need to like be close to them. Anyways, I completed my mission and saved Chip. So Chip is a tinkerer, and with tinkerers, we can now get stuff that can upgrade our claw or buddy. Upon returning to town and mining a rock, I suddenly encountered this little pink robot. So this thing I believe was called a Bitty Bot. Anyhow, moving on, I then talked to Chip in town after pushing him. I didn't mean to though. Anyhow, he gave me his shack so I can place it in town. And so just like the other buildings, I clumped them near each other so I don't have a hard time going to one place to another. I also added some furniture outside like a park bench and park lights. It's part of my mission for the builder. So like I said, in Chip Shop, we can now unlock like skills for our claw or buddy. I totally did not know, but you can actually have multiple skills at the same time. I thought you can only have one. So I could have unlocked all 3 of this, but I thought I can only use one, so I only unlocked the cannonball. I then went to the spark hold and unlocked a bunch of passive skills. I focus on increasing my health if I can because I'm very vulnerable. I then went to Nickel store and discovered that selling apple and coconut gives a lot of money. So this time I made sure to like harvesting apples and coconut each time they're ready for harvest. Anyhow, I then went back and did some missions for the Unibots. And for the weapon of choice right now, I tried out the Basher. I really don't like how slow it is, but it does deal a lot of damage though. I guess I'm just bad to keep getting hit like this from these combats. Just get good, am I right? I then encountered another enemy. So it was that saw thing. Like, it spins around, and once it's spinning, it's basically invulnerable to most of the attacks. But you can actually pick up random items on the ground and throw it at their face, and it will remove their invulnerability and stop them from spinning. Also, they stop spinning after a while, so we can just wait that out as well. And just look at the basher damage. It's amazing, I swear. But yeah, the attack speed is not my thing, so I don't think this is my weapon of choice right now. I like it though. The damage is nice. Like, really nice. Like, it slaps so hard. Yeah, it's not my preference. Anyways, eventually I have finished the mission after defeating that last combat. I then went on another rescue mission after finishing the previous one. This time I was using the fist, and I kind of like this weapon. It's slow as well, but it's pretty fun with the rocket punch or something. Yeah, like, just look at that. A rocket punch. If not rocket punch, then big slappy punch. This thing is hard to get used to though, but yeah, it does do a lot of damage, and I like that. On the last area of this mission, I encountered another enemy type. So it was the white, or I think it's gray brute combat. It's faster than the orange one for sure. And it has this new attack pattern where it spins itself on a certain area. So I did my best to be careful because this thing really hurts. Like 80 damage per hit. So as much as possible, I just want to hit it with my rocket punch. But yeah, just look at that combo though. It's really cool. Anyways, we have defeated the combat and we have finished the mission. And also, we have rescued a new Unibot called Mochi. We also rescued Okale right here. And so with that, we have finished the mission. For our next mission, it's called Web of Danger. So you can already assume that it's gonna be a giant spider. For this mission, I'm using the Breacher because this thing is amazing. Just its special attack itself is very strong that can almost one-shot anything. I just need some upgrades and it should be able to one-shot everything. This mission was pretty long as it had like 8 areas. Currently, we're in area 6 out of 8. So just a few more and we should be able to encounter the boss. So just like the title of the mission, Web of Danger, the boss here is a giant spider. I was being careful because I did not want to die. It took a while for me to get to this area. But as you can see, with just one jump, it's already dead. But it's not like it's the only spider that I need to fight. So yeah, but since I have a surplus of health right now, I wasn't scared at all. So I just kept fighting very bravely. And I believe this should be the last wave. We've took out like 2 waves already. And yeah, with that, we have defeated everything, I think. So just that tiny spider left and we have completed the mission. Let's go. So I grabbed the pink ball and that officially completes the mission. Alright. And by beating that mission, I have unlocked expeditions now. So we can do replayable type of missions. So yeah, cool. Let's go. Anyways, on to the next mission, which was this thing called Stylish. But I wanted to do the log recon mission first. I just wanted to see what it can give. Like, is there a lot of items, gold, or sparks? So yeah, this thing is pretty long with an area of 7. But yeah, we should go by these pretty quick with our Breacher. It's difficulty 3. So yeah, if you didn't know, the higher the difficulty a level is, the tankier and the stronger the monsters are. I mean, the combats. But not a problem at all, because look at that slap. Yeah. So just look at how amazing the Breacher is with its special attack. I can slap a huge AoE on the ground, dealing a lot of damage. Also, the individual single attack it does is really strong. I easily took care of these 2 brutes right here, or large combats. As I went further, I encountered a new type of combat. This white one, it serves like a support for the other combat. It heals them. And yeah, the white one is pretty annoying, so I always need to deal with it first. So I noticed that white-colored combats are basically like an upgrade to their previous ones. Maybe except the white one, because I never noticed like the white, I mean the healer combat. I never noticed something similar to it. And as you can see here, there's the white version of the dogs. And yeah, they charge now. They don't just pounce at you, but they rush in your face by charging. Anyhow, I completed the mission. It wasn't really that hard, and there was no boss or mini-boss here. After I returned to town, I just, gathered a bunch of materials all over the place and also talked to a bunch of Unibots in this place. So there's this thing called friendship. And if ever we raise a friendship level of a Unibot, we can get rewards like friendship chip or spark course, the pink ball things. So those things are useful for the friendship chip. They're useful to unlock new abilities for our claw, the buddy. And for the cores, you saw it earlier, we can use it to unlock skills and passive skills. And so I unlocked new stuff at the Sparkhold. Now I have 1 self-revive and also increase my starting HP as well as my throw damage. For now, I ignored my main quest and did some side missions for the Unibots. This is one of the requests of the Weaponsmith where I need to finish a mission using either claws or basher zone. I'm honestly enjoying how fast the claws are. I even think of maining the claw. But then again, the breacher is just so awesome. It's like currently my preference. But it will probably change eventually when I get used to the controls. Kind of surprised, this is the first time I encountered a boss-like monster because I can see an HP bar in the upper middle screen. So this thing had like a pink armor. So what that does is it basically invulnerables to like the full amount of my attack because I need to break the shield. And each hit I do breaks like 1 HP of the shield. Well, let's just call it armor. So this thing has a lot of armor. So before I penetrate his armor, I mean, it's HP. I need to break the armor. So just like that. They get staggered once the armor is broken and we have a lot of time to like slap in a lot of hits. And as you can see, I have defeated the boss. Let's go. So good thing we had an attack speed weapon, or else if we had a heavy weapon, it'll take a while for us to break the armor. Because no matter how much damage I do, it will only be -1 armor per hit. Anyways, continuing again with the side quest. This time I need to rescue a couple of combots. And for this run, I used the sword again. This thing has a different special attack than the buddy blade that we use at the start. And it's pretty strong, like a dash slash. It's pretty lethal to like low HP enemies, but I need to still combo like those higher HP enemies. It seems this side mission also has a boss. So this one's called the Silverbot Blitzstron. He was an elite version of those rocket launching enemies. And well, it's not really hard because, the rockets take time to explode. So I just need to take care of the minions first, then I can easily defeat the boss, I believe. As long as he doesn't have any random other attacks at his sleeve and only the rockets, then I should have an easy time just mashing buttons in his face. So just a couple more hits, we should be able to defeat the Silverbot and rescue Angela that is being imprisoned here. Let's go. Okay, so back to our main quest. We need to rescue a Unibot called Taylor, and she is the stylist. It's just a 2-area mission, so it shouldn't take us long. Also, threat level 2, so not really tanky enemies. So I easily cleared out the area with my amazing Breacher. Love this thing, I swear. Oh, I actually didn't expect a boss here. So the Silverbot, the Slicer, is here to guard the prisoner Taylor. So yeah, we should just be careful because this is a Silverbot after all. I hate the Silverbots. They have this combo attack that deals really high damage. So as much as possible, I should try my best to avoid all their attacks. Oh, he dashes now. Crazy. Just look at that. It is very scary. This is the point of the game where I thought that maybe the claws are amazing because it's pretty fast. Especially now that a lot of elites will be appearing if the threat level is higher and higher. So my slow but Breacher is gonna be dealing so much damage if they didn't have super armor on. So yeah. I was going for attack speed now because of how slow this thing is. But it's very strong though. I love it. Like, look at this. bam, and dead. Just that the armor is a problem later on. So considering I should change to claws. Anyways, we have rescued Taylor and completed the quest. Let's go. While harvesting some apples, I then encountered a bitty bot that looked really cool. So this thing is the food dog bot. It looks really cool because it's like a little demon robot. Also spent some time fishing because I had a quest from the residents of this town that I need to catch about 5 pieces of fish, I believe. Anyhow, after all that was done, I then spoke with Taylor and she gave me her parlor. So now all I have to do is place it down in town. So I decided to just place it besides the mason's house. So here, let's go. We have the parlor now. And so with the parlor here, we can now buy new outfits. We have a cool looking one called the Combat Casual. I also sold a bunch of other headwears, eyewear, backpacks, and crop packs. So I bought myself a helmet just to complement the current armor set that I'm wearing. It looks really nice, the helmet. Not the Robin Hood hat, but the helmet. I mean, look at my character now. I like how the way it looks. So now we have 3 new main missions. So we have the Researcher where we need to save Ivy. 2 other missions where we need to defeat dog-alike combots. So for now, I chose the Researcher because I wanted to rescue Ivy first. For the boss of this mission, we have this Gunner Hound right here. So it's like the dog monsters, but this time he carries around a machine gun on its head. So I need to avoid that. Similar to the small ones, he just charges in your face, but the only addition this thing has is the Gatling gun on its head, which I need to avoid. So yeah, I just need to pay attention to the skill bar that he does. And here we go. We have defeated the dog and now we have rescued Ivy. Let's go. So upon returning to town, I then spoke with Ivy and then she gave me her laboratory. I then placed the said laboratory just besides the smithy. I'm not really sure if it's a good idea to like put all the buildings together, but it's very convenient if I need to speak to any of them since they're just neighbors. Anyways, I continued with the next mission called a target lock. So I needed to beat up a bunch of combats again. With the breachers, not a problem since like we have a huge AoE with our special attack. I eventually reached the last area of the mission and here we have the Seeker Hound. So what this does is he shoots out like missiles. I think it's homing because his name is Seeker Hound. So, you know, heat-seeking missiles or something. Anyways, I tried my best to like rush in its face. I have 1 self-revive, so I wasn't scared of anything. I also still had like 300 plus health. So I had a lot of leeway to like be crazy or be really aggressive. So just a couple more hits and it should be dead. For the ending, I just decided I should just like do a finishing slap. And there we go. We have defeated the Seeker Hound. Let's go. And with this, we have successfully cleared the mission. I then went home and cleaned some of the trash at the beach. Just a little break before we head out to our next mission, the subwoofer. I then went to the laboratory to speak with Ivy. So Ivy sells like seeds for us to plant. Currently, she only sells sunflowers. So I bought a lot and planted them just outside her laboratory. These will slowly grow over time as we go out in missions. Anyways, back to the mission. We have a Thumper Hound here as the boss for this subwoofer mission. And yeah, I noticed that these dogs actually howl and they summon like the little ones. I just forgot to mention it. So yeah, every time they howl, you have a time frame where you can grapple their face so you can make them vulnerable. And yeah, they don't really summon anything dangerous, just a little dog which you can easily take care with 1 or 2 shots. So just a bit more attack and we should be able to defeat the Thumper Hound. And with this, we have defeated the Thumper Hound and cleared the mission. Alright, so after I went to town, I then gathered a bunch of the coconuts and apples that have grown already. As I said earlier, these things are really good for money. The apples and coconut sells for like 125 gold each. So these things were very valuable to my eyes, and I think they regrow every 2 missions. I'm not really sure if there's a timer or it depends on if I go on a mission or not, but I noticed that every time I finish like 2 missions, they would grow again. After finishing all the missions earlier, I now had a new one called Triple Threat. So this time we need to fight the 3 dogs. Also, this mission was pretty long. Like, it's like 10 areas long. As well as it's a difficulty 3 mission now. So everything's gonna be harder and tougher. So anyways, I cleared one area to another area. So there's a benefit to having a long mission as well. It just means that you can use the blacksmith to upgrade your weapon 10 times as well. Currently, we're at area 7, and at the moment, my weapon had this mod called Triumphant Recharge. So what it does is every time that I kill something, it has a 100% chance to recharge my special attack. So I can just spam my special attack as long as I kill a robot, and it will keep recharging. It's pretty amazing. I like it. This is pretty amazing, especially if it's enemies that I can one-shot. So I can just continuously jump like this until everything is dead. One of the annoying things I've encountered so far in this mission are these armored bomb termites or bomb insects. I just really need to time my dodge properly, and I should be able to avoid the explosions that it does. Also, a new type of elite, or like a stronger version of the spinning saw, are these white ones. Like I said earlier, the white ones are the stronger versions, and they usually come with a new attack, but I'm not entirely sure what this white one does. Anyways, as I progress, everything becomes harder and harder, and the game like throws harder enemies at my face. But at the same time, we have our weapon upgrade, so it wasn't really a problem. There were also secret areas like this near the end of the mission where you can fish, you can shop. So right now we're at the fishing area. So each time I catch a fish here, I could get like a catching point. I believe that's what it's called. And with the fishing points that I have received, I can buy stuff from this really random. It can either contain health that helps regenerate our HP or something that upgrades our HP like max health. Also, look at this. There's the white version of the bot with 2 knives on their hands. So with our smack ability, it wasn't really a problem dealing with these guys. I can just like smack their faces in. But yeah, imagine if we didn't have these mods right now on our current weapon. I think I would have a harder time dealing with all of these elite robots. And you know what's worse? Robots with armor, especially the big guys. Since they deal like massive amounts of damage, I really hate these guys. Especially with my breachers that can only like penetrate 1 armor at a time with its slow attack speed. So I made use of my grenade launcher on the breachers, so this thing was very helpful. Now that they don't have armor, there's nothing that can save them from me doing massive damage on their face. But at the same time, I'm just playing it safe because I want to have full health before fighting the boss. So this is the ideal situation for me, where I just shoot them with my grenade launcher and wait for the cooldown of my ability. And right, those elite versions of the brutes are more frequent the closer I am to the boss stage. But yeah, I got used to their attack pattern, so they were not really a problem. The only problem is if I get careless and get hit, and they really do a massive amounts of damage, and I hate it. These guys are easy to deal with as long as they're accompanied by low HP mobs like these dogs. But the problem was these dogs had armor, so yeah, I had a hard time dealing with this as well. But once their armor is broken, I can continuously spam my smack or my special ability as long as I kill an enemy to reset the cooldown, and everything will work out fine. Alright, so boss fight time. So we have the Thumper Hound, the Gunner Hound, and the Seeker Hound at the same time. I already can tell this is gonna be a hard fight. But good thing we have almost max HP as well as an extra revive. So I like how they summon little dogs, because that means if there's little dogs in the area, I can just hit my special attack on the little dog while damaging the other dogs, so it would reset my special skill. So I'll just need to continuously do this each time they summon the small dogs. There's a smile on my face. That means my skill can reset. So yeah, that was the plan right now. So just keep thumping the ground until I defeat all of them. So yeah, Seeker Hound, just keep summoning those small dogs. I'm very happy by you doing that. So yeah, look at this thump. But I missed a small dog, but it's okay. But now they're gathered like together, we have a better chance of resetting our skill. The problem is sometimes I just don't hit the small dog, so I can just like kill it with a single strike to reset my skill and keep thumping the ground. So that's a 1 out of 3, 2 more dogs to go, and we should be able to beat this mission. It's relatively dangerous at first, but now there's only 2 left. It got easier, I guess. So there was actually another strategy here. I could have just like thrown weapons on their faces. I could have dealt like a lot of damage as well while waiting for my special attack. Well, anyways, enough talk about that. We have already wait for it. Yeah, we have already won and we have successfully finished the mission. Let's go. Arriving home, there was this weird text here. So we're not really sure what it was. Then Ivy said that it was the Flame Soul MK13 that is heading towards our town. And so I checked out the mission details. It's called Uncontrolled Burn. And it was Threat 5? What? I'm not sure if I'm prepared for this. I never really unlocked that much stuff. But I was brave enough to try. Anyways, it was still Area 1 and there were already armored elites here. Hello? Am I supposed to accept my fate of maybe having a hard time defeating this area? But no, I'm a gamer. I will fight until I defeat this stage. It's hard, but as long as I play safe, I should be able to handle, like, you know, a lot of things here. But dang, they're very tanky. It takes a while for me to defeat one. And yeah, it couldn't get any worse than this, right? We have an armored brute and a tier 2 one at that. So yeah, we have our grenade launcher. We're pretty safe right now. I can just slowly kite this thing down until it's vulnerable. And when it's vulnerable, I can do my jump attack. Well, I reserve my jump attack when it attacks, so I have like the invulnerability spot. But still, it's very tanky. Like, oh my god. I can already foresee the future. It's gonna take a while for me to reach Area 10. Or can I even reach Area 10? But I believe in myself. So believing myself is crucial right now. So okay, a second time, let's go. You know how it's just Area 2, but my HP is like 100 left already. So I'm really having trouble here. But it just means that the harder the mission, the more my skills as a player would improve, because the more challenging the run is, the more careful I am to like avoid the enemies. As I said that, I'm dying. Oh my god. As I progress more and more, I realize that the Breacher is not a good weapon here. Because as you can see, most of the enemies are armored and it takes a while for me to break their armor. So I should change to an attack speed weapon or something. Anyways, the farthest I could reach on this mission was Area 8. I had no more extra lives left. I have like 28 HP left. There was still the boss that we need to defeat. So I think this run was already a failure because I don't think I can defeat the boss with the current status we have right now. So yeah, after being cornered by a lot of these armored enemies, I eventually met my doom. So upon respawning to town, I then upgraded my first aid to level 2, which now heals me like 50. Really sure if that was a smart idea. I was hoping that it would be like twice the amount of level 1, but only raised like 10. But anyways, I'll take it. Why not? So while contemplating what I can do in order to progress on the previous mission, I just mined a bunch of stuff and gathered a bunch of stuff at my town. And so I wanted to try again, but this time with claws. I have a faster weapon now. That means I can break enemy armor faster. The damage wasn't as high as the breachers though, but it's pretty fast. And as long as I can kill the enemies, I think it's worth. But there was a problem with the claws. It didn't have the AoE capabilities as the breachers. So if ever I get ganged up by a lot of mobs, I had a hard time in navigating what I should be doing or how I can do this better. So it's really good for like one-on-ones, but not for mobs. So one of the best things I can do is probably just kill the mobs one by one if I had like the opportunity, and just roll away if they group on me. So actually, my main problem was getting grouped up with brutes plus bladers plus, well, every other monster in the vicinity. I'm already dying here. Like, wow. The breachers would have been amazing here with its special attack, but the claws? I mean, I'm trying to do my best, but I don't think it's enough right now. So yeah, I died and actually gave up. We're still at area 4 and I'm already having trouble, so I doubt I can continue on to area 10 with this. I of course did not want to give up, so I tried again with the breacher. I'll be playing so safe so that we have like a lot of extra health at the end. Said that, I got hit by a trap. Amazing. The breachers actually failed, so I now tried the blasters, and well, as you can see, the damage isn't there, especially since this is like a threat level 5 where enemies are very tanky. I just don't have damage. This is making me go crazy. This was pretty hard. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I need to change my strategy. But I honestly did not want to give up, so I gave the claw another try, but this time I'll play very safe. The damage is out of this world though. Like, I'm doing close to nothing at the moment. I don't know why. Maybe there's like weapon upgrades that I haven't unlocked yet. Maybe I did not realize that those kinds of things actually exist that I need to do my side quests. But I'm very persistent somehow, which I just kept doing the mission again and again. But slowly it's working out. My skill level rose up since I'm given a lot more challenge compared to before. Now that enemies are very strong and I'm always like close to death's door. So that really improved me as a player. But my equipment, no. But I really should consider doing like side quests or something. But nah, I chose to be persistent. And look, we're already at area 9 with our claw. I'm doing my best here to avoid everything, dealing so much damage as much as I can. So most of the time I just run away and like look for opportunities to strike the enemies once they're like weak, or if there's an opening like this one. Each time there's an opening, I just like grapple in their face and like, you know, hit them where it hurts them. So this was a new claw upgrade that I did, which only costed me like 10 friendship chips. So it's very useful in this situation where I need to kill them one by one or just run around. So anyways, finally, we have reached the boss area. So it took me a while to get this far, so I just hope that I can do something here. I would cry if I died instantly, but it looks like the boss isn't that hard to dodge. As you can see, it has really slow movements and I can easily like attack it without it hitting me. So yeah, dodging in this game also has invincibility frames, so we can dodge like twice in a row before it hits like cooldown. We can go for a 3 dash if we ever decided to collect like 5,000 of those pink balls that we can unlock passive abilities with. But that's gonna take like forever to unlock the 3 dodge roll, so the 2 dodge roll is enough as long as I time it right. As you can see, the boss is not even hitting me right now. I can easily dodge everything that it tries to hit me with. But the problem comes after he summons allies, because these dang spiders are annoying, I swear to god. Only do I have to see what the boss does. I need to avoid the spider's relentless attack, as well as it keeps summoning like those exploding spider thingy, and they can easily take a hit to my HP. And one thing is, they're freaking armored, so I need to like break their armor first. But good thing we're using claws, right? I can easily, you know, start breaking their armor fast. But still, it's really hard to avoid getting hit while trying to kill the spider. And also, actually, the boss has entered phase 2 already. As you can see, when he drags his sword around, there's already flames on the ground. So if I touch those flames, I'll get burned. And oh my god, I did an oopsie right there, which costed me like 200 of my HP. I was so angry with my carelessness deep inside. Anyways, I just really need to focus on this fight. so that we can defeat it, so I don't need to go through all the 10 areas again, having like really hard tanky enemies. Also armored. This is really difficult, not gonna lie. But yeah, like I said earlier, it really raised or improved my player skills because I needed to try really hard. So now we've entered the third phase, and yeah, this guy is invulnerable each phase he goes to. Now he doesn't have legs, but he flies around. So I took care of the little bots first, of course, before we take care of the freaking spider again. I swear, if he didn't like summon enemies here, probably would have an easier time defeating this guy. But yeah, there's no such thing as an easy boss, right? So now that he's on his third form, he dashes like 3 times and deals like 125 damage each dash. And oh my god, I'm so close to beating this guy. I did not want to die at all. So using the best of my abilities, I try so hard to dodge everything. But there's this dang spider. If only we remove the dang spider out of the picture, I think we may have a chance. And I swear to god, this dang spider is so annoying. He summons little spiders. He does missile attacks. And also the boss keeps getting in my way. But as you can see, we have destroyed the armor of the spider. So just a little more and we could... Oh my god. Alright, so we have one more chance. And this revive only gives like 100 extra health. It's not much. I swear, it's not much. But we'll do our best with the remaining HP we have. So like I said, we really need to take care of this spider. And once the spider is done, we have a better chance of winning on this fight. And so after a bit of running around, I finally had the opportunity to kill the spider. And I just need to... oh my god. 80 HP left. We're basically just one more hit to death. I was so scared of like doing attacks to this boss because one hit could potentially kill us. I keep forgetting to use my claw in order to like, you know, drag him down so we have like a crit chance or a crit window to attack him. So 2000 HP left. We're so close to beating this boss. Just one mistake could cost our life. And I swear to god, I really don't want to go through all of this again. I just want to defeat this guy so much. The frustration is there. I dodge everything. I'm feeling confident that I may be able to defeat this guy. And now he spams a missile again. But one mistake cost me the game. I touched fire in the forest and I died because of the burn. Amazing. That was very close though. Alright, cool. So yeah, I needed to find a way to strengthen myself, and the only thing I can think of is doing side quests. And so I did a bunch of those side quests, and I unlocked a bunch of features from the NPCs in town. So now that the wire shop upgrade has expanded, we can now unlock new skills. So there are a bunch of things that I can do with my buddy right now. So I unlock a bunch of skill that is pretty useful. I can now dash towards monsters and then slide back. I also increase my movement speed while carrying something to throw on the monsters. So really, right now, I'm just preparing for my revenge towards the boss again. So I gathered a lot of resources to finish a bunch of quests. Also, I now had a place to call home, and currently I'm decorating my home right now. So I bought this house for I believe 15,000 gold, or was it 12,000 gold from the builder. So I'm just doing a couple of quests that he requested, like decorating my home and also crafting a bunch of furnitures. I also made myself some pathways. So now I place a bunch of pathways towards the buildings of each NPCs. And these things are really nice to look at. Like, look, we have some pathways now. Cool. So I realized that I can move trees in this game. So what I plan to do is gather all the apple trees and put them in one area. So I have an easier time harvesting apples once they're ripe. Another thing is each time I increase the loyalty of like the bots in the town, I would get some spark balls as reward. So that was my goal at the moment. collect a lot of those pink balls and upgrade my passive so I can have more HP on the next missions. Anyway, since I had a mission to put fences, I then put fences on my home. And as you can see, it looks really nice. I like how the fences look, makes it look like better. Alright, I also gathered all the coconuts in one place as well, so I have an easier time gathering them. I also did a lot of Unibot request missions, so I can get more of the balls and also unlock new features from them. It was very easy to finish these quests as they weren't as hard as the 5-star threat mission. Like, that was crazy, I swear. Everything here is just so squishy compared to those enemies we've encountered before, which had armor. So it was pretty much a breeze to finish these missions since we've already seen hell before. So yeah, everything is pretty chill at the moment. Currently, I'm just practicing with the claws, so I'll have a much smoother movement for the future fight we're gonna have. Boss of this mission, it's called Stealth Storm the Slaughterer. But as you can see, he's the one I'm slaughtering right now. I sometimes get really careless though. I did not really care that much since, yeah, like I said, I've already seen hell, so this thing wasn't that hard. And by beating that guy, we now have saved the 3 bots that were held captive here. We have Tulip, Bella, and Hamlet. Well, let's go. We have 3 new residents in our town. So just continue doing side quests. And for this one, we have an elite Slashinator of Destruction. So this thing was an elite brute, and he had like a lot of armor going for him, but bad thing for him, I'm on a claw, so this is gonna be easy. But for now, let me just deal with a couple of like the sideline characters that I need to beat so I can focus mainly on the boss. And I swear to God, I've been liking the claw so far after using it for a couple of times. I got used to like how you should play the claw. It's not really how you should play the claw, but in my playstyle, I basically just try to stay safe all the time and like just look for opportunities to hit the enemies with it. And it's working out so far for me, as you can see here. I'm just, you know, chilling with the abilities I have so far. And with this, we have defeated the Slashinator. And by completing that quest, we now have unlocked a new upgrade to the wire upgrade shop. So we can now buy even more upgrade for our buddy. So we now have a counter for those armored enemies with this wire upgrade. So we can either choose the one that stuns them for 0.5 seconds or the one that knocks off like one of their armor per grapple. Also unlock this thing called the Sniper, which enables us to pass through 2 enemies with a throwable. I don't really do much brutalities because most of the time I just kill them off. So I did not unlock brutalities. Not entirely sure when I save this guy called a Dime. But because we have saved this guy and now he's in town, we can now do bounty missions. So we can either rescue new residents for our town. There's a catch on these bounty missions. There are special rules like this one right here that brittle players, you die in 1 hit. That's crazy. Any monster can kill us. That's a really difficult mission, I swear. I still tried it out though because I was confident that I could avoid most of the attacks that enemies do to me with the claws. I ended up wasting a lot of my time on this bounty though because I kept dying because I kept making mistakes. So ultimately, I just gave up on this mission. It's impossible for me. I instead just went on with the blacksmith quest on using various weapons. So currently, I'm on a mission which I'm only able to use spear and fist. So I tried out the spear on a mission. I never really tried out the spear aside from the lobby. The spear is an okay mission, but I still prefer the fast claws or the high damage breachers. Since it was only a level 1 threat mission, I decided to change my weapon to a fist. And yeah, it was pretty fun charging up the fist and like shooting a rocket punch and then do like the spinning attack. It's actually very satisfying. So I'm considering like changing, or I'm considering like using the fist. It's slow, but the spinning attack like covers the slowness of it because when you spin you do like a lot of like multiple hits that like break a lot of enemies armor. So I'm really considering using a fist in the 5 level threat mission in the future. So this was the time where I got introduced to the fist properly and I'm really enjoying it. Anyways, by beating that mission, I now had unlocked the class page of the smith. So we can actually power ourselves up. I did not know this. If only I did the optional quest first, then maybe we did not have a hard time dealing with that 5-star level threat. There are a lot of weapons to choose from. I'm not really sure what I main right now. So I read everything and I decided that Fist would be a really good option. I really like the benefit I get from upgrading the Fist class. So upgrading the Fist class, it takes a lot of money, and the heart things that mini boss and bosses drop don't really have much, but I use everything on the Fist. So now I have to go all in on the Fist. Anyways, I continued doing the optional quests of the blacksmith, and this time the weapon is the resonator, so the guitar. This thing is pretty good. It actually interrupts enemy attacks. The damage is not that high, but the ability to interrupt the enemies or stagger them like unlimited amounts of time is pretty good. The charge attack as well pushes them, and if they hit the wall, they get like additional damage. I don't like the special attack of this thing though. It doesn't really feel like it's there. It does kill off a lot of the bots, but sometimes the damage is pretty meh if it doesn't hit properly. I'm still with the fist. I like the fist, but I can't use the fist yet because we're doing a quest. Anyways, the boss here was Chopzilla the Unstoppable. So it's the rocket guy again, but an elite version. It didn't take long for me to destroy this guy. It's incredible how the resonator actually still staggers this guy even if he has armor. I mean, if you notice that he keeps getting pushed back even if I like just normal attack him with armor on. So this thing is a pretty amazing weapon, but it's just not my type. I'm more of either the fast attacking guy or the really high DPS guy. Anyways, by completing that mission, we now have unlocked the field tab of the smithy. So with this, we have a chance that every time we try to upgrade our weapon, we have a percentage chance that we get more rewards, like double the amount of mods, double the amount of level up upgrades, or like a 1% chance to fully upgrade something. So this is a game changer. So with this, I believe we can max out our weapon before we reach area 10 on that level 5 threat boss. So yeah, I'm slowly powering up so I can get my revenge match against that boss. Couldn't really afford to level a lot of these, so I just decided to level all of them once because, you know, my brain wasn't functioning properly anymore and I just wanted to like get all of them, but just decided that one each would be fine. I then went to nickel shop and sold a bunch of the apples that I've collected so far and coconut, and I earned myself 19,000 gold. So now we have money to upgrade more of the field. So I focus mainly on the ones that can level up our weapon twice or thrice, and also level up our mods twice or thrice. I spent everything that I have here because this really will benefit me in our future missions. So anyways, the next quest that the blacksmith wanted me to do was either using breachers only or battle boards only. We already know how powerful the breacher is, so I'm using the battle board now just to try it out, and oh my god, it's pretty fun to use. Like, I mean, the damage isn't there, but it has a lot of attack speed and a lot of hits going, so it's pretty good against armored enemies. Also, its ramming attack is really nice. Like, you just slap them on their face by, you know, like hovering on them. Anyhow, the quest actually took a while because, you know, it has like 8 areas. Anyways, it wasn't really that hard. Seeing that we have the battle board, we have an easy time breaking their armor. But still, I made sure that I was safe because I don't want to repeat this from the start again. So with the battle board, we have easier time in breaking their shields. I first wanted to take care of the random mobs surrounding the boss, but it seems like the boss is a support type and he was supporting this brute. That's why I couldn't break the armor, and that's why I couldn't do damage. Anyways, once I figured that out, I just focused all my attention to the support, and eventually we have defeated the boss and we have cleared the mission. Let's go. So the next side quest was called Reasonably Range, which we can use either the blaster or the ring blades. And since we already tried the blaster, I'm going for the ring blades this time. The damage output isn't as I imagined because it's a ranged weapon after all, so we're at a safe distance. I still love my melee weapons. Still though, it was pretty fun to play. It was a new experience for me. And it's really nice that it deals like multiple damage each time it spins around an enemy. So this is great against elites. I can easily shred like the armor of the elites with this at a safer distance than your typical melee weapon, I guess. Still, I love my melee weapons, and since it doesn't really attack at a very far range, it feels kind of the same. It was a struggle using it at first because I wasn't used to it, but after a while I got used to how this thing works, and as you can see, we're destroying the boss already. The damage output isn't there though, but yeah, it works. It works. I already missed the fist and the breacher though, because they do like massive amounts of damage. But yeah, it was nice to experience the ring blades. So anyways, after a couple of hits, we have defeated the boss and we have finished the mission. Let's go. Anyways, we have one final mission from the smithy. There are no rules on what weapon to use, so I'll be using my fist that I recently upgraded on the class. Just look at how fun this thing is. I basically have a ranged weapon where I can punch from afar. And it's fairly easy to do a charge attack. I just need to hold on a button. So this provides a lot of damage plus safety. Because if I don't feel like going in melee range, I can just kill the enemies from range using my charge shot. Anyhow, this was a pretty long mission with about 10 area. Also, on the class tab, I have this ability that when I'm charging like this, I can still hit the enemies. So as I wind up for that rocket punch, I can still do damage. So this is pretty effective against enemies that are easily killed, like this one. I can just bulldoze them with a spinning fist. Anyways, for the boss of this quest, it was Vortex the Ruthless. It was a giant spider that I hate, and an evolved version of it. Just look at the amount of bullets he throws at me. It's crazy. So I'm having a hard time surviving right now because there's just too many spiders that are trying to kill me. But I still did my best like to kill one as fast as possible. It's very annoying to deal with people with armor, especially since the only way I can penetrate through their armor is the spinning charge attack. Or I can just like hold my charge button and like grind them till their armor breaks like this. But yeah, the boss does that, and it gives me a lot of trouble. Anyways, so yeah, I just did my best. So whenever I have the opportunity, I would grind away at the armor. If not, then I can just, you know, throw like one punch, then leave, then try again. So that was my strategy here. So once that I broke through the armor, it should be an easy job to kill this thing. So just a couple of like rocket punches and I should be able to beat this guy. I can't believe I struggle so much for a 3-level threat, and our goal is to defeat a 5-level threat. I swear to God, spiders in this game are one of the hardest enemies to beat. They're just so unpredictable. I was even scared that I might lose this and I have to try again. 10 area. What? So 10 area missions usually take very long. Let's say 15 minutes or longer, maybe 20 or something. It depends really. But anyways, once I got some damage in, as you can see, we have defeated the boss. I got lucky on the crit there and the boss just instantly evaporated. Anyways, by finishing that quest, we have unlocked the blacksmith's hammer and also a mustache. So the next thing on the agenda was to do another one of those contract quests. I needed to finish a quest by Dime, so that's why I'm here. It was only a difficulty 2 contract quest, so it wasn't really that hard. The mobs aren't that tanky. Also, for the boss, as you can see, it's the rocket boss, so it's not that hard. So after clearing most of the mobs, I then bulldoze it with my spinning arms and then, you know, easily killed it like this. I didn't even need to punch him. So we have defeated the boss and we have completed the quest. Let's go. So I changed back my appearance to the previous one. I actually like the jacket and the helmet. I just wish that I could maybe have like a certain dye that I can use on the helmet so that it looks cooler. Anyhow, the orange and blue looks really nice at the moment, so I like this look. But wait, actually, I did had some dye on my inventory. So I changed my look to a black helmet and a black jacket. Well, now I think orange looked better, but I'm going for this look for now. Now, as I continue doing more mission, this time we're currently doing Dime trials. So this is the trial of the bounty hunter or the bounty board NPC. It's not really that hard since it's only a threat 2. And also if you notice, I have 2 hearts on my icon on the lower left. I actually upgraded the amount of self-revives that I have. I now have 2. So we have 2 chances at the boss on the level 5 threat area once we're done with all the side quests. That thing, wait, we're getting stronger and stronger every day. We'll eventually be able to defeat it with our eyes closed. But I'm joking. Anyways, I was really interested in trying the battle boards. So I upgraded a bunch of stats for it. I didn't really have that much of the heart material to upgrade the level of this. But yeah, I think it's good. Like 2/3 and 2/5. The stats are pretty decent, so I can start using it. It's really fun to use. The damage isn't there, but I can see some potential in it. It can do like massive amount of damage with the right mods and the right core probably. Currently, I just added like a random core in this. It's the hacking core, but I think it works really well with lightning or the corrosive core. I just want more of those materials that can level up the class for my battle board. Because I'm really enjoying the battle board. It's just fun to like slap enemies around. And I move really fast with this thing, so it's pretty fun. So for the boss of this place, it's Rusty the Crasher, another spider. But as you saw how all its armor got depleted, right? So the amount of combo that the battle board does is a lot. So it's really good against armored enemies. Each attack, it hits like 3 times for normal attack. And the attack speed is pretty high on this thing. Also, it's way easier to like run away from monsters because we move very fast when we're charging our board and we're riding it. So like I said, the only downside is that the damage isn't that high, but still, it's good enough. So let me show you how effective this board is. I'm actually close to dying. I need to take care of the minions first before we fight the spider. So the rules of this contract mission is that there are no revives. So if I die, it's over. But I'm doing my best to avoid everything it tries to hit me with. And whenever I have the possibility of attacking this thing, I'll just charge right in its face. But as you can see, it's not working out, honestly. But after a bit of struggle, I then found a window to attack. So I used all my effort to like slap the spider to death. We have our heal, we have our special attack, and we have our normal attack. And he is dead. It was me or him, and it was him. And we have successfully finished the mission. Let's go. So as I said previously, my goal right now was just to power up by doing all the optional quests available before we challenge the log bot, the one we fought at 5 difficulty. And after a long time of grinding, I decided it was finally time to fight the Flame Saw MK13. And oh my god, I just remembered how tanky these 5 difficulty threat monsters are. I'm barely doing damage. I'm not even sure if I can do this anymore. Might consider going back to the Fist, as the Fist does a lot of damage. But then again, these guys will be armored once we get to like higher leveled areas. Also, because like I have this first aid skill, I can also just wait in an area to fully heal myself. As you can see right now, I have 150 health with no more self-revive, and we're at area 8/10. I'm not even sure if we can defeat the boss, but I still want to slap the boss in the face. So I just chilled until like I fully healed or something on area 810. So anyways, after a couple more battles, we're now here at the 1010 area, and this is the Flame Saw MK13 again. So yeah, I'm being very careful on this fight. So it doesn't really summon anything at the first phase. So we have like a leeway to keep attacking him for free at the start. So I should just make sure that I don't get damage at all since it's just the beginning of the fight. I'll definitely regret it a lot if I get hit even once in this phase, because I only have like a 50 heal and no more self-revive. So it's gonna be a hard fight. I'm currently reserving my blacksmith link skill when he summons like some... Oh my god, I got hit. But yeah, I'm waiting for the time when he summons like maybe a spider, because a spider is the most annoying enemy we can get right now. And oh my god, I keep making mistakes one after another, and we're slowly deteriorating our health. So this is not good. anyways, we're doing our best. And here it is, phase 2, and he summoned a spider. So I immediately went ahead and tried to kill this thing. But as you can see, my damage isn't really that high, so I had to run away because or else we'll get trapped and die and I also need to be careful to not touch the forest fire or else I'll burn. So yeah, the situation is not looking good. Maybe if I had a fist right now, it would be really nice. And then maybe I can take care of this. Oh my lord. He pushed me to the fire. But anyways, the spider is gone. So now we can like slap this guy to death. He is not a threat alone. He is easy to like beat up as long as I dodge most of its attack. So as you can see, we're halfway there. We're halfway there. So the second phase is the hardest because he will summon like multiple enemies. I think 3. 1 big one and like 2 small ones. So I'm trying to keep my composure, but I swear to God, the third phase is the most dangerous one to enter because he starts like dashing 3 times if you remember when we died last time. So that's one of the most dangerous moves he does. The missiles aren't really a problem since we can easily dodge it. But like I said, oh my god, a brute and a spider. Whatever shall I do? This is honestly a stressful fight as I don't have any more heals. I don't have any more self-revives. And I'm just doing my best to survive right now. And the annoying spider keeps summoning like the little spider that explodes. And there's also the brute that deals like massive amounts of damage. I'm not really sure when my opportunity to attack is. But I'm doing my best to just ride my board. And maybe I can eventually kill these guys. So I'm waiting for my cooldown on my first aid to heal up. But it's such a dangerous situation right now. I'm not even sure if I can defeat this thing, but I'll be so happy if I can because I'm so tired of trying to get to area 1010 each time on this difficulty 5 mission. And oh my god, we have been defeated. Amazing. Let's go. Wow. I didn't give up though, and I went back, but this time with a fist. Maybe something will change now that we have our fist weapon. I'm playing so safe at the moment. The upgrades I got from the blacksmith are good, and I think everything is working out my favor. I still have like 2 of my self-revives. We have 2 extra lives to fight the boss. Alright, so this is round 3, I believe. So it's now to destroy this guy. So we have our corrosive core on our glove. Hopefully it procs. If not, then that's fine as well. So it's amazing how these gloves can like poke from afar, and I can also use my special attack to poke another time. So for sure this boss will die this time because I know your pattern now. I've seen it like for the 3rd time now. So we can easily defeat this guy, hopefully. I hope he doesn't summon like multiple spiders. That's gonna be the death of me. Multiple spiders with armor is my weakness right now, as my weapon has a really slow attack speed. I don't even know how I can break the armor of the spiders if he summons them. I love my damage. Just look at those numbers. Anyways, phase 2. So my plan here is to go straight ahead to like the enemies on phase 2. And I should have went for the spider, but I went for the little guy. But anyways, the spider didn't have super armor. So that's a good thing. We can easily like chip down its HP by using our range attack and also our special attack whenever we have the chance to. But then again, there are a lot of factors to note that when we try to defeat this thing, like this freaking healer right here. Let's focus on this guy. And now he's dead. Only the spider left. So use our special dual attack, charge attack, punch, punch. And yeah, I'm just tired. I just want to end this mission. I just want to beat this guy. I can't feel achieve or relief until I defeat this boss. So far in this entire fight, I'm still full HP. I still have my 2 self-revive. I still have my blacksmith unused. So it's looking very good in our favor. I just need to focus and not, screw up. So yeah, kneel, boy. Come here. So I'm doing as much damage as I can. I'm trying to finish this fight as soon as I can because I don't want the unforeseen event that would make us lose to happen. So as much as possible, I'm gonna deal so much damage to this guy until... Oh my god. I'm so happy that there's invincibility frame on the dodge roll. Or else, we would have died a long time ago. I'm like depending on it so much. Also, when you use like a special attack, there's also invincibility frame, I believe. That's what I experienced so far. I'm not sure if I'm right or wrong, but whatever. Anyways, he summons multiple enemies, but I focus on the spider again because the spider is the most annoying thing. And oh my god, I'm getting damaged so fast. Like 490 already. 410. We're losing HP so fast. I really need to take care of these mobs before we go fight the boss again. But they're not really that hard to defeat since, you know, a long-range rocket punch. But once we... Oh my god, this thing is healing the boss. You need to go down, buddy. So just one more mob and we can focus on the boss. I panic so much each time I touch the fire of the forest because it pretty hurts. The burn hurts so much. I hate it. Anyways, so now this thing is dead. We can now focus all our attention to the boss, which is almost dead. I hope he doesn't summon anymore. And there it is, his most lethal move, the charge attack. Now that I've dodged the 3 of them, we're pretty safe. And we can just wait for the rockets and we can charge in again to defeat this annoying guy. So here we have, I think this is the winning punch soon. Once he's done with his flame attack, I will go in for the kill. A little bit more. Just a bit more. Once he's done spinning, you're dead. He is dead for sure. Yeah. One more. Yes, let's go. We finally defeated the boss and we have finished the level 5 difficulty mission. Let's go. So by defeating this guy, unlock a couple of new things like Terra, a new NPC to the Spark Hold, and a bunch of other goodies. I really thought that was the final boss, but turns out it was not. There's chapter 3 on the main story now. There's still so much to explore in this game, and we're currently on day 71 to 80. I'm not even sure if I can beat this game by day 100. Also, now that we have defeated the level 5 difficulty mission, we now have other quests that we can do again. So I assume these are for the other maps. Anyways, I went to the Spark Hold to speak with the new NPC that we recently unlocked. So with Terra, we have unlocked new spark powers. We have a banner, we have a corrosive wave. So the banner, it's immunity, but the banner has a certain amount of HP that can make you immune. Also, the other passives that Terra have are pretty good. Its main focus is corrosion. Also, there was this new passive called the Revive Potency. So this increases the amount of health we get once we revive. Before, we can only revive with 100 health intact. Now we can increase it to 140 on level 1. Anyways, after all those shenanigans, I then spoke with a bunch of the NPCs to receive their missions. As you can see, there are new types of monsters, like that worm there. That's a new monster. You couldn't really see it in action because I just slammed it with my board. The board is really fun to use, I swear to god. As long as it's not difficulty 5 maybe, then it's really good to use. So for the new map, the difficulty is actually just level 2. I'm not sure why the previous boss was level 5, but it made me into a way better player than previously. So I'm just thankful that I was sent to that hell. Now I emerge as a very strong warrior. There are also these giant worms now. I guess these are the equivalent to the brutes. They have a spinning attack like that, and they also like spread sludge all over the pink goo that you see on the ground. And what those does is it slows down your movement, and I think it prevents you from running. And for the boss for this mission, it's Tarblister the Matriarch. So this thing was a giant worm. I can easily kill it though. I use my blacksmith power finally. I keep forgetting that I have that power. So as you can see, I easily took care of the boss because of the blacksmith. Afterwards, I then did the main quest. So as you can see, these monsters are relatively new. We haven't encountered any of these previously, aside from the worm though, because I showed you that one on the earlier mission. But yeah, there are now these drill-like robots where they dug underground, they pop off underground, and then they shoot their drills forward. It's pretty hard to avoid compared to the blade robots, but now, well, all I need to do is just get used to it. There are also these flying robots that shoots like the blasters, and they're pretty annoying, but they don't really do that much damage. They're just annoying because they keep running away from you and they keep shooting like a little pellet. And those pellets hurt over time once they like keep hitting you or something. Also, sometimes there's this mini boss that keeps attacking me called Hunterbot. He just visits randomly from time to time. And this guy feels like way stronger than a boss. But once you break his armor, he usually runs away. So I guess it's just here to like interrupt your fun. We're only at like 4 to 6 in the area, and I was so surprised that there was an elite or a boss that suddenly visited me. I'm just glad that this guy ran away afterwards, or else I might lose all my HP and self-revive if I had to fight. If I had to fight that guy. Anyways, for the boss of this mission, it was Annihilator the Slaughterer. So this guy was an elite driller combat, and he has the same perk as the regular drilling combat, I believe, but he's an elite. So he goes to the ground, he actually dives in towards you, so that's different. Anyways, we have defeated the boss. That was fairly easy with our hoverboard. The hoverboard is honestly really fun, and I wish to fully upgrade this thing. Anyways, for the next main mission, the game introduced us to a sniper combat. So this guy is pretty annoying because when they respawn, they have like an invincibility time frame where I can't damage them at all. And when you try to like approach the sniper, they would teleport far away, so you need to catch them. So I think the best approach here is to grapple their face and then slap them afterwards. I thought there would be like a boss here, but it seems these were the final monsters I need to defeat. They were like elite versions of the current snipers that we have fought recently. So with that, we have defeated the mission. Let's go. Anyways, I crafted myself a new claw. So this thing is called the Logger Loader. So I think I got this from the Flame MK13. And the max level it can reach is level 14 when we keep leveling it from the blacksmith. As for its special attack, it's not a range punch anymore, but a slam, then a double punch like this thing. Bam. It's pretty strong, but I kind of missed the long range punch. But I can always just do my charge punch. So if you did not see yet, this is what the elite version of the giant bug looks like. And yeah, I couldn't really showcase much of it because I summoned my smithy. Anyways, I continued with my main quest and I eventually faced up with this X1 War Scorpion. Okay, so this thing has like 3 laser attacks. One is forward, next is going back, and then another forward attack. And then it will just leap up somewhere and then slams the ground with some like remaining earthquake, I guess. I'm not sure how to describe the landing, but yeah, there's that circle that damages you if you touch it. Anyway, so I do my best trying to defeat it using my skateboard or hoverboard. And we're already at like the half HP mark. I didn't really have any trouble dealing with the scorpion since I have like a lot of HP plus 3 self-revives. I was feeling so confident that I wasn't in any danger at all. And I eventually defeated it. And with that, we have successfully beaten the mission called the Scorpion and the Cog. And by defeating the Scorpion, we are now introduced with another bot from the Sparkhold called Coralia. We have unlocked another part of the Sparkhold's power. So what this banner does is more on hacking. The Sea Shuriken looks really nice, but I still prefer my heals over everything else. But the hack pulse is very interesting though. I can use it to distract, like if there are multiple enemies, it's gonna be very useful. So I'm gonna unlock both the cooldown passive because they look so good, and also this bonus special is really nice for only 10 soul spark. Let's go. Anyways, I continued on with the next main quest called Get Sludged. Right, sometimes when you open like treasure box like this, they are actually enemies in disguise, but they still give a lot of the rewards like scraps, so always be careful when opening something. But I'm just glad that I fought it because it gave me a lot of like healing options. So we won't have any trouble beating this stage. Anyhow, this mission didn't really have any boss. I just took care of some lackeys and I eventually cleared it. Let's go. My next mission is called Bombing Rush. And just like its name, bombs will fall from the sky from time to time. And it's very annoying, especially if you have like a slow attacking weapon like the fist. Because every time I try to wind up my fist for a rocket punch, a bomb would fall down that I have to roll out and I would like cancel my charge attack. And on this mission, I encountered a new type of combo. They have like a giant shield and they're very hard to penetrate unless you caught them off guard. But you can also just combo up with their shield and the shield will eventually break. So you can see here, you can just use your special attack and I guess it penetrates through the shield. I'm not sure. Maybe it was attacking the ground, so it did not really affect the shield that much. Anyways, I killed a couple more of these guys and I eventually cleared the mission. Also, those little robots are really cute but annoying at the same time. Anyways, we have defeated most of the combats here and cleared the mission. Anyways, after beating that mission, I now unlocked 2 new other missions called the Elite Force and the Explosive Surprise. For the Elite Force, all enemies are elites, so for sure I'll be using my hoverboard. And for the Explosive Surprise, every time we kill something, it will drop a grenade. I just said that I'm gonna use a hoverboard, but I decided to go with a fist because, you know, I'm kind of scared I won't have enough damage since this is a 3-level threat. But yeah, I think the fist is fine. It's also a good practice for me to get better at the fist. And this hunter bot, really, it always appears from time to time. I wonder what the story behind this thing is. At first, I was always scared by this guy, but I eventually got used to how he attacks, so we're doing fine now. He does a lot of damage though, and that's what I'm scared of, because he might like remove all our sulfur vibes if we mess up. Anyways, like always, it will run away once you break its armor, but one day I will try to do as much DPS as possible so he won't be able to run away. The boss of the Elite Force, it was a giant worm called Harblister the Matriarch. Not really sure why, but it doesn't look like they have any elite armor on. Anyways, with my high DPS on my fist, I easily took care of the Matriarch. I really like that special attack on my fist. It does so much damage. And with that, we have cleared the mission. Let's go. After returning home, I then harvested a bunch of the seeds that I've planted so far. We have mushrooms, strawberries, peas. And for the other, I'm just waiting for a lot of my apple trees to grow so we can make big money out of these apple trees. The other mission wasn't really that hard, so every time a monster dies, it will just drop explosion. Pretty annoying, but doable. Like, I mean, I can avoid the explosion by rolling, or I can avoid it by using my special attack. As you can see, yeah, it's fairly annoying when they die and they drop grenades. Anyways, the enemies here wasn't that tough. Also, if you haven't seen yet, that's the elite version of the shield enemy that we have fought. Anyways, we have completed the mission. Let's go. For our next mission, we need to beat the Inquisitor Obsidia. Anyways, this is the Inquisitor Obsidia, and she is like the elite of elite snipers. So yeah, she has some landmines and some sniper attacks, but I can easily dodge it with my special attack on her face. So each time I have the opportunity, I will just try to use my special attack. If not, then I'll try my best to hit her with my rocket punch. But oh my god, I'm actually in trouble here. I did not expect the Inquisitor to be very strong. Anyhow, currently I have a perk where every time I KO something, it resets my special skill and gives me another charge. So that's a bonus for this fight right here. Each time like she summons a minions. Come here. Anyways, I just do my best to dish out all my DPS because I'm scared. I don't want to go through all the 7 areas again. So I'm gonna be doing my best in order to survive. I'll just roll all of her sniper shots. So if I can't really reach her once she's done with her shots, I don't have the time to like pull her down. Anyway, surely enough, I'm slowly starting to understand how her attack pattern works. So yeah, she does like 3 of the charge attacks and she also does 3 of the sniping attacks. So that's one thing I need to notice. When she drops her mines like that, she will start shooting with her sniper. And I can charge in and pull her with my buddy, but I was too far out of that reach right there. Anyways, we're almost close. We still have 2 extra revives. I should be able to do this with 220 each HP each revive. Anyways, with a couple more hits, we have defeated the Inquisitor. Let's go. I'm not really sure what I did here, but I clicked very fast. I did not check the rewards and everything. But upon arriving at town and check out any new mission, it seems like I did not finish the previous mission. I'm not sure what happened there. But anyways, I wanted the electric board. The electric hoverboard. The electric looking hoverboard on the mission reward. I guess next time I will not mash my buttons on the end screen. Maybe that would finish the mission. So yeah, I had to do this again, but now that I know all her attack pattern, this wasn't a problem anymore. I was more confident now, having to learn like most of her attacks, so yeah, I won't be panicking over dying from this. Still though, she's really strong. Like the damage she dishes out and the combo she does, it's really hard to dodge, or I'm just bad. Get good, right? Oh well, anyway, not problem. She's dying. We're close to beating her. And with a couple more hits, we have defeated the Inquisitor Obsidia once again. So this time I made sure not to spam my button on this clear page. So hopefully we can finish the mission. Not entirely sure what happened there, but yeah, I just took my time to like check all the rewards, what I've collected so far. And once I got to town, I got a new scene with Buddy here that says we took an Obsidia, and that means the mission has successfully been completed. Now we have another problem on our hand called the Scraper Thumper. So we now had a new quest called Train Yard Trouble. It's a 10 area mission with a 3-level difficulty. So since when it's usually 10 area, there's usually a large boss at the end. So I'm expecting a large boss. Anyways, as I arrived on the scene, I met with a Scrap Master ZX-3. So yeah, this thing, just like the Flamesaw MK13, it doesn't really have that much of like crazy attack patterns that's hard to dodge. They have like really wide attacks that are pretty simple to dodge, and they're not really that hard. He's pretty squishy actually. So I'm just surprised that I'm taking care of this guy pretty quick. But the homing missile, that was annoying though. Anyways, we're almost done with phase 1, and with this, we have finished phase 1 and we're off to phase 2. So I assume it also summons monsters for help, just like the Flamesaw. He didn't really summon any monsters though, but he did summon the train. But actually, the train actually brought in some monsters, which is great because I have this perk where each time I kill a monster would recharge my spark power or the first aid by 20%. So I have a way to keep healing myself while battling this guy. So I'm pretty confident that I can beat him now that he keeps like summoning these little guys that would assist him. But he's actually assisting me in recharging my healing spell. So now we're already at stage 3, I mean phase 3. Look at this guy thumping. I'm not really sure what he's summoning, but it was actually just an earthquake attack, I guess. So a few more hits. I totally forgot that I have the Smith link again because I wasn't using it at all during this fight. But anyways, oh wow, okay, that earthquake attack is pretty dangerous, but I can easily avoid it by going far. Anyways, I took care of the minions first because I don't really want any disturbance on our one-on-one fight. But he has like really small HP left. I could have just rushed in his face. Anyways, so I guess like 2 more special attacks and he is dead. Let's go. We have defeated the boss and finished the mission. So not repeating my previous mistakes, I made sure to check out all the rewards that I got from this mission. So now we have unlocked a new Unibot called Gus, and he is one of the banner of the Spark, I guess, in the Spark Hold. And I was right, he was. So I went to the Spark Hold and talked to Gus. Also checked out the new powers that we have received from him. So now we have a smoke screen called Zephyr Cloak. So a shock grenade skill if we wanted so. But most importantly, dodge distance and movement speed passive skill. I of course maxed all of those out immediately. Anyways, this is it for our 100 days in Link banner of the Spark. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and don't forget to click that like and subscribe button. Also check out Lynked now on Steam as they're having a 10% off if you join early access on October 22 to 27. Alright, bye now.